Welcome back to part 2 of Main Street USA by Lego Disney. This is set number 43302. Contains 3,899 pieces. Retails for $399.99. And set was provided by the Lego Group for review. Thank you, Lego. And yeah, we made it to booklet 2. So in the last installment we did the fire engine and the little popcorn cart. Well, today it looks like we're doing this. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. So we got some extra minifigures, including Mickey Mouse. Now, just as a fair warning, I haven't been to Disneyland in over 40 years, so I don't know what all this stuff is, because I forgot. I was only like 10 or so years old when I was there, so I have no clue. Maybe younger, maybe 8. But yeah, and I wish we had lights in these. And oh wow, the fire station in Walt Disney's apartment. That's got to be interesting. So that's what it is. At least they're labeling what sections we're working on. And then this is where we're jumping into today. And I forgot to grab these. So I will have to go get those. Yeah, this set does come with these and stuff like that. And we still haven't really done a whole lot with the stickers. That's all we did. So we really haven't done much with these yet. So in this installment today, we're going to do bags 4, 5, and 6, respectively. I'm going to break this booklet down into 3 installments. So by the end of this build here, we should be up to 4 installments. But before I get the plates and start on this, these videos are just for entertainment purposes and not to be construed or considered as professional product reviews, how-tos, or tutorials. These are just my notes for the final review, so things can change. In addition to that, this is not my job. This is just a hobby of mine. Something to do to keep myself out from the heat, getting a heat stroke and all that stuff. So I'd rather be in here doing this than outside cutting lumber or chopping firewood. Yeah, I got to get prepared for winter. In addition to that, these videos are not to be re-uploaded or redistributed somewhere without my written consent. I'm going to get very hard on that one. So just if you can ask, I'll probably say no, but just don't do it. You know, no need to do all that stuff. And there was something else. These disclaimers are getting longer and longer. But just don't do all that stuff. It'd be fine. But just remember, this is just for fun. This is just something I do for relax time. And yeah, my hands may cover up part of the build. That's why I cannot consider these as tutorials. Well, let me go get these plates, and we will begin. Okay, let's begin. Let's build it. Now, I think we only just need one of those. I'm gonna have to go back and go get another one. And we're going to start with bag 4. Now, I think we're already at an 8.5 already on this set. Maybe it was a 9.5. I was doing another set that had a lot of scratched carts. This one I don't think had anything like that. I think we're still like at a 9.5 so far on something like this. It's not too bad at all. And we got a lot of tiling to do today with a little bag. Oh boy, isn't that cool? Hey, I don't have any bad comments today. I already checked. So, no reading of the bad stuff. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've been to good old Disneyland. But that's kind of like a sore subject with my bunch, so I don't mention it. But it's okay to talk about work. Oh, we get to put together Mickey Mouse. All right, let's dial that in for you here. That's the beauty of a professional 4K job here. Somebody asked me, what camera am I using? It's a 4K, it's a Panasonic 4K professional grade camcorder. I don't know if there's a model number on it or not. I know it's got 20x optical zoom. Oh, it's an HCX1. It's like more like a a medium to low end professional grade. But I wanted to experience the full 4K effects of everything. So that's why I do that, because it pays to have the decent camera, because I got to show you something, right? I can't just use my potato quality camera. And that takes care of Mickey Mouse. Okay, now we're going to start on the base. So probably most of this here is just going to be tiling. Let's see if we can get this all in one frame here. This is how some people do the speed build. So make sure this is fixed and they'll just do this. But today is your unlucky day. You get to watch me put it all on there by hand. And we're going to have to do a lot of tiling in this bag. It doesn't look like we're really doing anything with bricks. But stuff like this, tiling always make things look better. There goes the annoying planes. Now, I was reading some of the general comments on this set. Some are disappointed because these are not modular builds. Yeah, I can kind of understand why some people are just kind of turned down by this set, because it is not a modular. And honestly, if I'm going to spend $400 on a model, personally for me anyways, it better be closed back, it better be self-contained. I want to drop it in my city, you know, that kind of thing. So I mean, I don't blame some of you guys and gals who want such a set. You want to put this in your city, you know. I understand, I get it. I read you, I understand you. I don't have a city, but if I ever wanted to, don't follow me. Where am I going to put this thing at? I got things raining all over me here. But if I'm going to drop that kind of money, it better be a complete build. You know, so yeah. Got a lot of stuff going today. I am rolling in hot. I think what I'm going to do is do instructions 2 and 3 out of the second book the same, or steps 2 and 3. So right now I'm processing part 1 of this, which is the fire engine and stuff. I'm going to get these up as fast as I can for your viewing entertainment. And I'm going to try my best to get them up pronto so you can follow along here and build. So I'm going to try my best to do that. We need a couple of these, but later. Let's just wrap around here, because I will need this one here. So my goal is to try to get as much of these done as I can for you. Yeah. And speaking of trying to get things done, last night I was supposed to book for a haircut, and I thought, I went on there and looked. I thought, okay, he had a bunch of spots open. And so today I went on there and thought, okay, let me book real quick. I forgot to book last night. Let me do it. This guy was booked up solid. I thought, okay, because I'm not sure how I want to get my hair cut still. Do I want to grow it out? I definitely just don't want to. So I'm probably just going to cut it all off. Girlfriend ain't going to like it too much, but, you know, at least it's not a buzz cut. I don't go buzz cuts. I've done a buzz cut maybe 3 times in my life, and I just don't like it. So I gotta think of something else to do with this mop on my head. You know, so that has to be done soon. Just don't want the curtains. I tried it again today, and I thought, yeah, this. Oh no, I just don't. I'm not feeling it. Yes, longer hair is actually, you don't have to go as often to get it cut, versus a short do like a fade or something. You have to keep up on it all the time. But then a short faded crop is a lot easier to style in the mornings. It's just you got to keep going to keep getting it trimmed up. So which one do you do? It just depends. For me, I don't want to spend hours in a bathroom trying to make sure the hair is perfect. And if you have curtains, you know exactly the pain. Now, my hair is straight. I can do whatever I want with it. The problem with that is I have to spend time blow drying it and putting lots of conditioner in it and all that stuff. Why? Because men's hair is our makeup. Like, that's my makeup is the hair. And there goes the neighbor's car again. Alright. Doesn't look like I messed up. Really good. Not too bad. Okay, now it looks like we're moving on to a driveway here. Speaking of that car, it goes off every day at random times. And we think that he's got his phone or something connected to it. Let him know that the phone's ringing. And yeah, I don't quite get it, but you know, I'm going to go ahead and do steps 4 and 5 together like I did the last one here. Now you don't have to do that. I'm just doing it for brevitivity of the video. But yeah, just getting this stuff cut off my head is a problem. I'm lazy. I just don't want to go down and do it. But I need to get it going. And I parted it on the middle. I parted it kind of off to the side. It, like, what do I want to do? Because, like, here's the deal. If I get it cut all off and I change my mind, I can't just put it back on. Now, if I want to grow it out, I'd have to wait another 2 or 3 months to get it the way I want it. And with the silver streaks in my hair, or the white going through, it doesn't look all that bad, but yeah. I don't know yet. I got to think of a method to do with that. I'm sorry, guys and gals. What else is there to talk about other than the tiling job that we got to do here? In fact, I think that's it for this. Let me see here. Yeah. So bag 4 just does tiles and plates. I wouldn't say it's brutal, but yeah, we're just gonna take care of it now. Just kind of browse through it here. I'm hoping to find to get some more like this nougat stuff works good for terracotta for like a restaurant floor. Just about done. I forgot to put these in here. Oh no, I've been forgetting things. Sloppy J. Plus I'm taking advantage now. My nephew's not here, so we don't have to hear the 4 and 5 letter words when he's not doing well in his games. I mean, come on, I cuss too, but... Oh, speaking of that, I got my VTuber working. I got it working with some games that I can play with. I still got to do some tweaking up, but about 99% of it's done. You know what that means? I can go live, and then I can talk. Hand tracking. I don't know if I want to get that hand tracking device. I haven't figured it out yet. As far as for a VR headset, I got to play games while I'm doing this. I don't want to wear something on my head while I'm doing this type of thing. So that will not be a good thing to do. Making sure it's down really well. But yeah, and that's what we have remaining there for bag 4. I mean, yeah, I survived. Okay, now we're going to move on to bag number 5. Yeah, this is one way to beat the heat. Oh, a dark red door. That'll come in handy for like a barn or something. An old doggy door. Walt Disney didn't have a dog. Ooh, I can always use these for block glass. There's a lot of things I want to build that are custom, and unfortunately, I've been trying to cut back reviews. If I accepted every set right now that Lego wants to send me, I'd have 120 by now. And that's just a little too much. So right now we are going to be focusing, it's like, on lower walls. So we're going to be starting right in this corner here. Now, do I check these? Not really, but bricks, I mean, this has scratches in it. And I mean, do I dare just to complain about that? I rarely ever use the block glass. I'm still debating if I ever should. Like this one didn't come with a scratch on it, so that's even better. But some have been asking about window pieces. Yeah, let me put these up here. You'll see what I mean. Okay, now I see why some of you are just saying check your parts. So this is going to be labeled as part inspection right now. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and drop this thing down to an 8.5 officially now, because I shouldn't be seeing scratched parts in a $400 set Lego. That's not acceptable. Yeah. So yes, for those who've been asking, I will start doing that now on. I think we need to start checking them all out. And oh, wait a minute, it's like, what? Okay, this goes like this. There's a hole on this side here. Okay, we got these. I'm looking for a regular Technic brick with the hole. It's in the little bag. Okay, that's what we need there. And we need, oh, there's a profile brick. I thought it was I thought they made that in a corner brick. I was like, yes, but no, they did not. Oh yeah, today is the 15th of June 2026. Yeah, so maybe we're just working on this side here right now. I do read the comments from time to time. Some people don't like me inspecting parts. I do it just to show, you know, to see what the quality of the packing is and that kind of thing. And you know what, this angle's working out because it's the same as you see it in the book, and yet it makes sense for me. I'm always trying to figure out better ways to set up the camera gear that makes sense. So there's a lot of little parts in here. So you just have to dig for them. Plus these are white. They're going to be harder to see on a white workbench. 1x5s. Okay. Every time you start a new bag, it always takes forever. It always takes forever because you gotta piece it together. Wow, like, are we fluffing up much? Okay, there's 1x6 plates. They do exist. They want me to take a 5 here and then put a 1 here. Yeah, I don't know why. So there's a 1x1 plate here. If you're looking for a 1x6, yeah, right. That's not how it goes. I had a project that involved a lot of white pieces, you know. And now we're going to build a column here. And I try to avoid using white in my builds. Sometimes I have to do it. All right. And can you still see what I'm doing? Yes, you can. Not really looking at the viewfinder right now because I'm more focused on the book here. Yeah, it's I gotta get this stuff cut off. It's my hair. The only problem is, yes, hair talk again for dudes, is it's just getting in my ears. Now, if I grew it out, yeah, it's gonna be just as bad. But and I've had curtains before when I was in high school, but of course that was when I was younger. I was more immature back then. What am I saying? I'm still immature now, but you know, we gotta just some things I just can't do, and that's one of them. I'm trying to find that there. All right. Yeah, it looks like that. Put that right in there. So we're matching the trim around here. So it's just like we're working on some kind of little room here. Maybe it's an office or an entry door. And then it wants a little stud for a doorknob. Okay, it's a solid stud. Okay, they're using this above the door for a little, there's a name for them that has the light above the window if you let the air in and stuff. You see a lot of the vintage buildings have. My house is a little too new, it doesn't have that, but I knew somebody who lived in an old farmhouse that had all those at the top. I guess it's to let light in the rooms and stuff. And I thought that was the coolest thing, because he lived in a old school farmhouse with the wraparound porch. I mean, this place at that time was probably well over 100 years old. I remember one time his dad was doing some wiring. I remember there was a lot of the knob and tube wiring. I thought, why would you wire it like that? Oh, that's how they wired it back in the day. It's like, oh, that's interesting. I mean, literally, it was actively live wires running through just knobs and tubes. And, you know, it's still in the code books today. But, of course, if you're rewiring your house, you have to replace all that stuff. They don't allow it. As long as you don't touch it, you're fine. That stuff's like a fire hazard today. But knob and tube, I've only seen it in person a few times. I'll even tell a customer, I'm like, you know, you're going to have to replace all this eventually when you remodel. So they'll try to avoid remodeling. Okay, that's what we got right there. This goes right in this area. I'm not a fan of building like that, but that's how they wanted it done. And of course, step 13 just wants one plate that we can't find. So we got, so this is, right now, this section is the entry door. That's what we're working on. Okay, now we're moving on to a column. Yeah, as far as for topics and these things, I try to come up with topics. Some of you mentioned about that Lego scandal thing going on. I'm not going to get into that. I don't know what's going on with it, and as long as it doesn't involve me, the better. Because and no, I do everything legitimately here. But I don't know all the facts. I don't want to get into a topic that I don't know all the facts to. Like the fact is, like for example, Lego sends me winners and Lego sends me losers sets. I'm going to be blunt about it. This one I don't know yet because I haven't built it. So far it's not bad. It's not a bad set for what it is. It's expensive for open back. You know, some hate my brute honesty about that. So this must be the pillar for the door. So maybe we're working on the front door now. And then we have that there. But no, we're not done with this tower yet. We got to do more to it. I did that in one of my tutorials. Oh, no, we're not done yet. I got a little bit more to show you. There we go. One side's plain, but it looks like the picture. Some have said, Jade, I take my time building sets. Yeah, you should. Okay, it goes like that, and this goes right there. This must be like a mailbox or something. Whoops, you can't see what I'm doing. It goes right there like this. What does it look like on the inside? So yeah, there's going to be a door attached to that. Alright, not too bad. And then now we're going to continue back over here. And they had to put a call out here to tell you which way the brick was facing. Even I had to use that. It's like, yeah, we're dawning again. Hey, I slept a good 8 hours. Good, because tomorrow I got to be up at 2:30 in the morning. I got to get up early tomorrow and go to work. Oh man, I don't want to deal with that stuff because it's hot. Hey, at least I get out of work by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so I get to get home early, but I get up early too, so I'm not really... The summer schedule is kind of brutal. But I'm really hoping to do the live stuff. I think what I'm going to do on, if I do decide to go live on this channel here, I'm thinking of doing face video if we want to just sit back and talk. I'm not going to build a set or anything. Just sit back and just do a Q&A type thing. And if I do, I'm going to keep the avatar ready. And if somebody starts poking fun at my vision problem, I'll just flip that on and be like, oh, ruin it for everyone. Jay, you always plan for the worst. Yeah, I've been known for that. Boy, we really are dragging this out. You know, we have 1x4 plates and white Lego. I mean, can you still see what I'm doing? Yes, you can. Don't forget that. I almost forgot it. Put that right there. But yeah, don't roll off. But yeah, pretty much... sets like this is an expensive model. That's the thing. I think a lot of people were kind of just like, why don't we get a complete build? You know, when I was reading up on their first impressions. And now building this set, this is interesting, but they could have broke this set down into parts and sold it. You know, like the Walt Disney fire station. You know, they could have done that. And make it where you can purchase the parts separately. And the thing is, though, about Lego is this stuff is expensive, right? You've heard me mention that a billion times. By the time somebody saves up coin to buy a set, Lego retires it. They don't keep sets around for 5 or 10 years. We built this column here. We built this column here separately, but this one we built here. And yeah, I got so much stuff in here right now. It's literally raining. Well, I've been ripping DVDs today, so I've been trying to put some copies on my servers so I can watch them. It's easy to watch movies at night on the iPad. We have a TV in the room, but the thing about having the iPad, it's more directed. It's more for personal viewing, so I could sit back and watch a cartoon or something without bothering the girlfriend or anybody. You know. But yeah. Yeah, these are really nice. This right here would have made a good modular. Lego, you should have made this modular. I mean, really, I'm looking at this now and reading all the comments about what people disliked about the price of this, and I'm starting to agree with them. I think this would have been a perfect candidate for a modular building here. A perfect candidate. Now, here's the deal. And I got to mention this, by the way. When you're on my videos and you're commenting, it's an open topic forum here. You don't have to stick with just the Lego build. A lot of you don't do that, which is cool. You can talk about anything. You can ask me about tutorials. You can ask me about building guides. You can ask me about anything. These are open topic videos. I don't keep it just Lego here. You know, you can do whatever you want. Just as long as it's family friendly, will be okay. Yeah. Well, we survived that part. That's not too bad. Just too bad we couldn't put any trim around that to match that window, but it's not bad at all. Maybe one day Lego will make a window this size. It would be really cool, but we don't know. Okay, now we got to focus on this side here with the other column. Yeah, keeping it real, folks. I mean, I like to keep this channel here basically raw, behind the scenes. Now, I could just make this members only and charge a fee, but then again, that's just kind of a... I don't know, my original intent was never to do live builds of stuff like this until I thought one day, I thought, you know, I'm building this stuff, why don't I just document it? Because not a lot of people document the build. What's their build experience like? Are you having fun? I can tell you I had fun or not, but there's no way I would be able to show you. With the video, I can say, hey, I had a lot of fun putting this one together. I got stories rolling off my head. Now, I don't remember seeing the fire station at Disneyland, but that was a long time ago, so I don't remember a whole lot. But we're almost done with this bag here. Each bag is about 15 minutes or so, just like the other one. So I have a film we're going to put some wall sconces on there, and I'll put this like right there. There we go. I like the little flare at the bottom. Looks really cool. And now we're going to move on to, it looks like, miscellaneous accessories. We got a bucket here, so let's put that in here. Okay, they want me to attach that bucket with the handle on it. I'm going to leave the handle off. Stick the handle in the holder first, and keep my fingers crossed on getting that in there, which I did. Now I can just swing that down. See, with a video like this, I can tell you and show you how I put things together. Some people get frustrated. They don't know how to put it on there, or things fall apart. You know, I can understand why these videos could be helpful for some. Because even I'm like, what? How does that go together? What am I doing wrong? Why does it keep falling apart? And sometimes you need an extra visual. And sometimes the experience does help. And at least I can provide build experience with these, and that is the build experience. Is okay. We don't want to forget about the fire axe, but I can talk about things. I can say, okay, this didn't work for me. Try it a different way. This looks like now we're putting together maybe the fire bell or the doorbell. Oh yeah, my friend's farmhouse had an old school bell that you would ring. You'd hear, it's not like a regular doorbell that goes ding dong. It was just like a ring. It would go ring, just a regular bell. It was mounted like no more than maybe 10 feet from the door. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So far we survived bags 5. And yeah, this is what we have remaining here. If I could pick up the last piece for bag 5. And yeah, I'd say right now with the scuff parts thing, I'm going to say an 8.5. It's just an open back special. Maybe it might close. We don't know yet. Alright, and we're going to wrap up this installment with bag 6. And I want to thank everyone on my main channel and Patreon for being contributors. It's always a big help, because one day I can break away from work and do this full time. Well, the tutorial stuff. In addition to that, I want to thank everyone for checking out my Rebrickable profile and checking out the building guides. It's always a big help. Tells me you're interested. I got to get more caught up now since I got that legal stuff out of the way, so I got a bunch more stuff to upload. And lastly, if you like the way I do my content on here, you like the randomness, the stories, the raw builds, all that stuff, feel free to subscribe. It's free. You have nothing to lose. It's not like I'm going to take your money and run with this, though. And if you don't like what I'm doing here, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are not interested in this type of build, this style. And yes, the new straw... What? The new straw border straw hat element is used for the iconic Dapper Dans singers. Well, my reading is not on par today, I'll tell you. I don't read out loud very well. Linked to autism, what can I say? Alright, so now we're going to put together our minifigure. I don't think we have any scuffed parts in here, so I think it's just bricks and... Oh, don't roll your head off. Always like the flush toned minifigures versus yellow. This would have been more suited with mini dolls. I want to see how much detail is packed in these sets. I just don't want it to be just like a basic city build. But there's our, I don't know what he is. So, yeah. Got him done. All right. Back to that big thing. We're going to slide all that out of the way. Bring this back here. Because now we're going to be focusing on the header here above the door. Now, I literally have tons and tons of 1x12 plates. I never thought that would ever be a size that I would overflow on. I'm overflowing on them. So I've been parting out a bunch of sets that Lego has sent me. Stuff that I just don't want to put on display. And not that I want to, I just don't have the room. The Pokemon set I am going to keep around for how long I don't know. It may be something I may keep indefinitely, but the stand I am going to get rid of because I don't have space for the whole thing assembled. Just for the Pokemon creatures themselves, yes. And somebody asked me, am I going to get the new Smart Brick ones if they ever come out? I guess somebody had talked about them, and if they send them to me, yes, but I'm not interested in the smart stuff. But if they do send them to me, I will review them. That kind of thing. Okay, now we're going to be moving on to doors. So we got to make 2 of these. So what I'm going to do here to make this a little easier is, oh yeah, for those who mentioned about I moved the camera around too much, I've had it happen even in the recent stuff. I can't help that. I'm sorry. I have to move the camera around. I do not have like multiple camera angles on this. Okay, this doesn't go in the middle. That requires a lot of funding. So if you're, that's what the donations are for too, is also for equipment. Anything that's related strictly to YouTube, filming content, stuff for building guides, that kind of thing. And really, if somebody had asked, you know, about, well, you're not going to get 1 million subs, is there any other way you could release the stuff for everybody, like the building guides? Sure, if I get 2 million subs and I had a lot of supporters, I would. Now, if you're a supporter, obviously, you have access to those. But this goes for everybody, though. You can request for building guides. If there's something I do not have on my channel or my thing, just ask. Oh, speaking of it, I did have somebody that left my Patreon. They were saying that I didn't have enough big models. You have to request for them and ask and see if I actually have a big model available. I've been so swamped with work, I just don't have time to upload stuff to these these platforms. You just say, hey Jay, do you have this building guide? And I'll let you know if I have it or not. Like, do you have the school bus? No, I don't. I've had a few requests for that. No, I don't. That is, everything on my channel is on that list. As a matter of fact, the school bus, I need to get going on that. Somebody had asked for that park restroom that I built a long time ago. That sand green restroom. Somebody asked for another person asked for the building guide. I'm like, ouch, I do not have it. I'm sorry. I'm hoping to have it eventually. So if you are looking for specific guides, just simply ask and see what I have. I may have it and I'll probably be able to post it. If I don't have it, I'll let you know and say, I'm sorry, dude, I do not have it. But I can try to put it up in key and get onto it ASAP. I've been working on this one building guide series. It's got about 5 or 6 guides with it. And stuff that's really heavily related to one another. And once I get it together, I'll be able to put that on Rebrickable. It's just the lack of stuff getting done here. It's just time. I just don't have a lot of time to do this stuff. That's what's kind of killing me here, is just time management right now. It's just hard when you're working full time. Okay, so the doors go in like that. So are they on the bottom half of the pegs? I'm assuming they are. It doesn't snap. Well, yeah, hold right back here. Let me put my hand. Hold right back here. This thing's starting to act really goofy. Well, it doesn't close all the way. Why not? Wow. Okay, let me take a look here. I did put those in the right way. Why doesn't it want to close? Let me slide it in like this then here. Don't tell me, Lego, you made a mistake. Okay, they close like that. All right, let me show you here. That's how the hinges are supposed to go on right there. So if you're watching this and you get this set like Jay, I'm having a hard time. It seems like it was almost easier to keep the doors closed like this and slide it in all the way. I'm going to put my hand back there because I feel like this thing's ready to give. This is really kind of more or less just half-baked. I would never have done something like this. Right. Yeah, well, they kind of buckle there. All right, well, that takes care of the doors. Those were kind of a little bit of a challenge. Okay, now it looks like we're building here. With all the plates, I have a feeling we're going to be adding a header in here real soon. So it looks like this is just an open back special. I was really hoping this would really just be like one of those ones that you fold up like a clamshell. But unfortunately, it looks like Lego's just going to do us dirty. Don't. Looks like Lego's doing us dirty here. And leaving it back. I can understand where you guys are coming from. You're frustrated because these are not you know, I understand. These are not a full-blown, we got to make 2 columns here. Modular builds. I mean, it's modular in terms of that, but unless I can close it up, I think this is just a very heavily overglorified city set. But I understand where you're coming from with it now. It's like reading some of the feedback from first impressions from other viewers or other people on various blogs and stuff. Like, oh, why is it open back? Wouldn't Lego want not to do that? I mean, it's expensive. What is a modular now? Like $200, $250, depends on the features. You know? I got to make 2 of those with a little notch on the top. But I can understand the whole point of it now that some of you have been saying about this. Because we know it's not going to be able to be put in a city unless you're going to have one side that faces the wall. I don't even think these things even have a full roof to them, too. But the build experience is still pretty interesting nonetheless. This just reminds me of like an older Lego type set. Okay. Okay, well, we're not done with that yet, obviously. We got a bunch of holes here. All right, need a couple of 1x8s. I mean, so far it's got that Lego City vibe to it. It just feels kind of like I'm not going to say it's bad. It's just it feels like I'm just tacking parts on here and there. You know, it just doesn't feel like I'm doing a whole lot here. Boy, there's a lot of pieces in step 59. So let's get to stepping here. But I can understand where you guys and gals are coming from. When I was reading on some of the things about this set, well, I was hoping for a complete build. Why can't Lego just do this? There's a lot of things even I'd like to ask them. Of course, if this was if they did a whole entire modular series on this, it would be expensive, and yeah, that would probably be why it's open back. But I get it. I literally get it. I can see why you guys want these closed backs. if you got a city, yeah, I can see the appeal for it. I don't have a city, but if I were to drop this in my city, it's obviously not complete. You know. Of course, if I'm spending $400, I sure wouldn't let my kids play with this. I don't know yet. Of course, something like this back in the 80s would have cost probably $300. So now it looks like we're building the fire pole, or the barber pole, or the something pole. Oh, it goes right on that plate there. All right, we'll set that right down in there. That's kind of cool. We got a pole there too. And yeah, the fire pole was originally used by Walt Disney, but the hole was sealed after a undermined park guest climbed the pole and entered the private apartment. A determined park guest. That's kind of sad, you know. Somebody had climbed. Yeah. I guess some people don't know to respect people's privacy. Somebody was really determined they got in there. I would not be happy too. You know that old saying goes, one person ruins it for everyone. Yeah, don't be that guy. Don't ruin it. Okay. Yeah, these are not that bad. So a determined park guest climbed through the little hole. Now, I would have just done a hatch and closed it off and locked it from the inside. Unless that's the only way for him to get out of there. But no. Lego, I want to see a 2x8 flat tile, please. I got uses for those. And now, well, the hole's already sealed up. So this, you're going to have to make sure it's lined up in there. It looks like it is. Well, no, it's not. It's buckling. Yeah, see how it didn't go in all the way? So you're going to have to take a peek in there. There we go. Or did I do it again? No. All right, let's do it like this. I got a better idea because I can't see it at my angle. I'm not going to take it out all the way. Well, now we're down to an 8 because now I got to fight with this and parts falling off. Okay, I got it in there. Yeah, that bucket. Good luck trying to get that in there now. Jay, you're going to fail something like this? And that's the question I'll get asked. You know what? Yeah, I will. Like, see, I got to fight with this now. I got to take this apart. So it's down to an 8 right now. Because when parts start falling off, that's never good. Putting that in there is going to be a turd. Well, then it stays on the floor. It's an 8 it is, Lego. I don't know why you wanted to hang the bucket there. Is beyond me. I'm just going to set it down here. Because if I have to mess with it, I know somebody else is going to have to mess with it too. So yours keeps falling off. Just leave it on the ground. Just make sure that's locked in now. Okay, make sure that doesn't wiggle it in. There we go. Okay, now it looks like we're focusing our attention back on this side here. I don't have a lot of parts left. Yeah, so today I'm going to be filming 3 installments here. I'm going to try to get as much done as I can. I thought both sides were the same. No, they're not. What makes it tough is that at least this is not a tower build where it's like vertical and it's real tall. Now, mind you, this booklet is just so big. I miss the days when sets only used to be 200 or 300 pieces. Those were fun to do because they were quick builds. You can get them up on YouTube quick. Now Lego's just sending me these just overpriced, open back specials. Whoops, I didn't mean to say that out loud, but it's true. 200 I don't know how many of you feel about it. I have a die-hard fan in my group that just buys almost every Lego set ever made. I don't know if he's going to jump on this one or not, but it's not a modular. Okay, someone's going to get it for the figures. I know every time I talk about Lego in our group, they kind of change the subject back to Fortnite. And then I'm just like, eh. You think that these right here would be filled in, but they're not. And we have no pieces remaining. We didn't even put any stickers on. That's got me worried because I have a feeling at the very end we're going to be bulking up stickers. And that's it. Let's give the bucket one more shot here. These handles don't stay on very well. What if I put the bucket on backwards like this? Like put it upside down. Let's try it here. And okay. Now can I get my big hand in there and bring that down? Let's try it again here. But yeah, that's kind of really bad. Okay, I better not mess with that now. But that's it. Okay, summation of thoughts. And you think there'd be knobs on the front of this, but that's how they want it. And let's just do a quick test here. Okay, the doors butt up right inside here. Okay, that's cool. They stop right there. What I want to do is I want to see if the fire truck fits in there with the dead bodies in it. Let's see here. Let's back it in because fire trucks are meant to be backed into the garage. Well, apparently it fits in there, but as you can tell, yeah, I think Lego really kind of went bad on this one here. I don't think they more and more this looks like more like just an overglorified city set. But essentially that's what 3 bags got us there. We'll put Mickey Mouse right here. I'll close these doors. And yeah, I'll show you. That doesn't close. You have to close them both like this to get them to work. I think Lego could have done a better job with this than that. But I mean, so far the build's interesting. I don't see $400 in this still. I just don't. It just maybe we just haven't done a whole lot yet, but I don't see anything that's pizzazzing me in this build. It's a nice relaxing build, but I don't see any wow factors or characters yet. But tell me what you think so far.